Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you had a great weekend and I hope that you have a great start to your week. I'm going to make somewhat of a different video today. What I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and play for you and maybe narrate here and there a whole bunch of just small clips that I've got recorded on my camera over the last month or so that I never really made into a video. And a lot of it has to do with solar. I'm actually going to do a quick review on a pretty unique set of solar panels that I received probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm finally getting around to taking a look at them, and they're pretty neat. But when we get to that, you'll know what I'm talking about. We're actually disassembling our old kitchen because our new kitchen is almost done. Another week or two and it should be completely done 100%. So I'm taking some of the old cabinets from the old kitchen and transferring it over to our new shed. I'm going to show you how the chickens are doing, etc., etc. It's just going to be whatever it is. So I hope that you stick around and take this short journey with me, because even I don't remember all of the things that I've got recorded for the last 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month. So enjoy. The first thing that I do in the morning, now that it's summertime when we're getting good sun, is you see my little farm of solar panels. I go ahead and I direct them to where I know that the sun is going to be as soon as it emerges from the trees. And as you can see right there, the sun is just starting to come up, at least on this side of the hill, and it's still well hidden behind the trees. Now eventually it's going to be right around there, which is pretty much one of the optimal spots of sunlight for all of the solar panels. So it starts around there, it goes all the way this way until it gets around there and it decides to hide a little bit behind those trees. And then as the day continues, if there's no big clouds like this, I'll continue to rotate my solar panels so that they'll get the maximum sun. Now, the reason that I'm showing you this, ladies and gentlemen, is because I've been finding out for the last couple of weeks that it's not easy work to keep track of the sun with your solar panels unless you have a system that automatically rotates, and that I don't have. After I position my solar panels, I come and check each of my solar generators. I already checked the one inside the house, but we'll go ahead and revisit that one so you can all see it because I forgot to record. This here is the one that powers my bunker, and this is the OUPES 2400. And as you can see here, it's at 76%, even though nothing in the bunker was really running during the night. As long as you have the AC running, you're going to have some power draw. So as soon as the sun gets in position, you'll see that the input will go on this one up to about between 200 and 300 watts, which is plenty to keep this filled all the time, usually at 100% every single night. And then it loses about 20-25% throughout the night. The second one that we're going to check is going to be this one, which is the Mega 3 that's under my house. Now, this Mega 3 powers 3 things. And the 3 things that it powers is, most importantly, this one right here goes to my hot water heater that feeds hot water to the new kitchen, which is only a 4-gallon hot water heater. And as you can see here, I have it wrapped in bubble wrap to act as insulation, and it has been pretty efficient, to tell you the truth. Whenever we use the dishwasher upstairs, which is what consumes the most hot water, it will draw this down to about 55-60%. And if we do one load every day, the solar panels that I have connected to this is plenty to keep it full at all times. The other things that I power off of this is just a basic light that I have a switch for right here, and the fan that's down here that keeps the air circulated. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Mega 5 that I have inside my house. And for those of you that don't know, this Mega 5 powers both of my freezers and my refrigerator. Every once in a while, when we have really good sun, I'll go ahead and connect our hot water heater that's right next door to it so that we can take advantage of the extra sun. So let's see where it's at for today. Let's see, we're at 53% on the bottom unit, on the main unit, and we're at 47% for the top extra battery. It seems like we're going to get a very sunny day today with very minimal clouds, so we should have 100% no problem by the end of the day. And this is a picture of what the kitchen is looking like right now. We still have to get the tile work finished, but a friend of ours who's a pro at this is doing it, so it's really on his time, but it's coming out pretty nice. All right, so fair warning to those of you that want to get this kind of countertop, this like the butcher block countertop, is that you're always going to have to keep it treated. So before we put these on, or my buddy put these on, my wife had treated it with like 3 or 4 treatments on each side of oil and 3 or 4 treatments on each side of this conditioner. And then we now have to keep it treated forever with this conditioner right here. So you can say that one of the cons about having this kind of countertop is it's going to be a little bit of an extra expense doing this, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but one of these bottles right here will probably last us several months because we don't have to do this every day, maybe once every week or every 2 weeks. Now what I do is I keep this little scrubby here in a little Ziploc bag, and this is what I always use. Does this look familiar, Yarn Prepper? And I'll tell you what, it really does make a big difference once you're done as to how it looks. Because it seems that over time, it looks like it dries out. And this conditioner kind of like brings it back to life. But not only does it bring it back to life, it protects it from liquids and moisture seeping into it, and then later on allowing it to crack when that moisture wants to evaporate from the wood. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. It literally only takes about a minute. How do you like this backsplash, by the way? Leave it in the comments. My wife picked this out. So I've been keeping this solar generator, let me see this, faucet bot, in the bunker. And I meant to say in the shed, not in the bunker. Look at that, I just noticed that it's warm. It's only running at about 24 watts. See, output, 24 watts. It's at 32% because there's no solar or anything hooked up to it right now. But I just noticed that it's kind of warm right here. So let me go ahead and open this compartment up right here. See if it'll cool down because it's nice and cool here. Well, the reason that I use this one is I have a little exhaust fan that comes from one of my partial attics. And I leave it running as long as I can, even in the summertime, because it just keeps that area up there nice and clear of moisture or anything like that. And this will keep that small fan running for at least a good 24 to 36 hours. And here are the ladies waiting for their breakfast. There they are right there. I'll come and feed them later on. I'll usually come and collect the eggs like between 10 and noon. And then before I collect the eggs, I'll feed them so they can be occupied. And then I'll go ahead and grab the eggs. And there's Big Red sneaking up behind me. He doesn't know it, but today is his last full day here. And then he's going to a new home. So if you remember me telling you that I had to change the filter to the fuel tank that provides fuel to my Toyo stove, which is what heats my house in the winter, and I had to do that at like negative 35 degrees. What I did was I already had some of these preset. I had it in this box. It was pretty much brand new, but I already had it in this box, a brand new one all put together, you see? And then instead of taking the bottom off and having to clean it and everything and put in a new filter, gasket and everything, all I did was I took the one off of the new one with the filter already in it, and I went ahead and unscrewed the old one, this one, and then screwed the new one, and that was it. It was like a 5-10 minute ordeal instead of me having to take even more time to clean out the old one. And you can see that the old one here, not sure how good you can see this, but it's a little bit dirty. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and clean this out, and then I'm going to put a new filter on it, put it together, and then have it ready so that next winter, if the same thing happens, that I can just go ahead and do the same thing. Really easy peasy. Now these little packs of filters, they come with one of these gaskets right here, and then they also come with a couple of little, I guess you can call them O-rings, or you can call them baskets as well. Right here, I'm not sure if you can see that in my hand, they're so small. But I'm going to go ahead and leave these in here for now. And then we're going to go ahead and clean this up. And then we're going to put its filter in there. And this is what the filter looks like. It's just a basic filter that makes sure that the fuel that's going in there is not going to be contaminated with any large particulates that might clog up your machine. Now that it's pretty clean, it's not super duper clean, I'm going to go ahead and spray with a little bit of WD-40, and then I'm going to finish the rest of it with some paper towels. And the reason I put these gloves on is because these are my fuel gloves, but you don't even smell any fuel in them anymore because that is pretty clean, and it's been sitting out pretty much for half of the winter. And now what I'm going to do with, remember these two little gaskets in here, or O-rings, whatever you want to call them? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put them in here. And just a second, because I dropped one of them and I will be finding it. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I was just about to quit because I looked for it for like 5 minutes. And as soon as I started looking up to tell you all, oh, I did lose it, I found it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in here. All right, so that I know that I have everything here self-contained. And I'll go ahead and put our filter on right here. So if next winter or the winter after or whenever I need to replace the filter because it's clogged for whatever reason, all I have to do is just go in there, unscrew this, take this out, and then put in the one that's fresh, i.e. this one right here that I'm putting together. And that's it. Very simple. And take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is my old school Goal Zero flashlight lantern. All right. This is an awesome little lantern. I don't think they make them anymore, but it is a lantern right here. It's a flashlight, and it also has the red lights as well. And you can power it manually like this, or you can power it with a power cord that it comes with, USB, and you can also power it by the sun. And as I was looking at this, I've had this out here a couple of days, but it doesn't power up very fast with just the sun. And I was thinking, you know what would be a good idea is I received a few solar panels that don't require a solar generator or a solar generator system in order to produce power that you can actually use. I said, you know what, let me take one of those out and see how good they work with this. So let me grab it. They actually sent me 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and open the biggest one and then show you the other 2 smaller ones after we've got the biggest one in use so that you can check it out, because I actually think that these solar panels are pretty cool. And after thinking about it, I'm like, you know what, a 100-watt solar panel is way overkill to charge this Goal Zero. So let me go ahead and show you the smallest one that they sent me, and it's this 30-watt portable solar panel. And this is what makes it different than other solar panel setups. I think it's pretty cool. So far, I really like the streamlined design of this solar panel, and I haven't even taken it out of the packaging yet. Let me go ahead and put that there. What else does this thing come with? Let's see. Well, it comes with a couple of carabiners, lightweight carabiners. This is one of the things I was talking about right here. So you can use this solar panel right out of the box, and you can connect it to this so that you can power up any 12-volt devices that you may have. It's got USB-C, USB-A, old school, and it's got a 12-volt DC output right here. Pretty cool, and you can see that it connects through there. It also comes with a couple of wires here, and it comes with some connectors that change over to, I know this here looks like an 8mm, all right, and whatever these other ones are, but at least it gives you an option of sizes. That way you can use it for different things. It comes with a little bag that you can carry it in, which is pretty nice, actually. Looks like it's pretty good quality, so it's not going to tear up on you. And it comes with a little owner's manual, which I haven't even looked at. But let's see if we can get it to work without the owner's manual, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's a solar panel, for goodness sakes. I guess this is your little solar generator, you can say. But it doesn't have batteries. It takes the power directly from here. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our little solar panel. It's probably a good idea if I hook this up first. Let's see. It's upside down, but it doesn't really matter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Okay, so this is hooked up. Let's see if it provides any power at all. Oh, yes, it is. Take a look. And now the sun is terrible, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's not terrible because it's what's allowing us to power this. But let me see. I'm not sure if by me putting my hand there in the way of the sun, if you can see that little red light. So we are definitely getting some power. Now let's go ahead and grab our Goal Zero. You can tell if it's charging. Take a look at that. You see that little blue light? When it's charging, you'll see the blue light blinking. Okay, so for having this sitting out in the sun just with this solar panel, it took a full day of sun yesterday, and it wasn't that super sunny outside like it is now, but it took about a full day of sun for us to get this much energy stored up in it, just 25%. But let me tell you what about this, ladies and gentlemen. This Goal Zero 250, is it right? Torch 250. This little thing on one dot, or on 25% power, this thing you'll be able to use the flashlight on high for like a full day, no problem. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it off, because I do have it on. Let's see. There you go, it's off, and you can see that is off. So as soon as we plug it in, we should be able to see that it's charging. This is going to be kind of tricky, because I'm going to have to try to use my shadow, but at the same time not block the solar panel. So let me move my camera. All right, so this is the best way I can do it, ladies and gentlemen, because of the sunlight. But I do believe that you can see that light blinking, and you can see that we're getting pretty good sun. I mean, this is really even at 30 watts for this solar panel to charge this is an overkill. You definitely don't need 30 watts. So you can also go ahead and charge something with a USB-C as well, like your phone. I mean, this is kind of like a nice little thing to be able to have like in your vehicle. Like, this is going to live in my vehicle all the time, just in case. And I have another one that's a little bit bigger, that's 60 watts. That one will probably live in my wife's vehicle. And then the 100 watt we'll probably take with us when we go camping and such. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the 100 watt Ecosonique solar panel. And here I've decided to hook it up to the solar generator that I keep in the shed, just to see how efficient it is in good sunlight. I hope that you can see this. There's about 82 watts coming in, which in my opinion, any solar panel that can provide 80 watts or more of efficiency is outstanding. Let me show you what this unit comes with, because it's not the same as the 30 watt that I just showed you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so first thing I have to do is say, I apologize for the chickens in the background if you can hear them. I will try my best to get the noise canceled out from them, but no guarantees. So here are the rest of the Ecosonique technology solar panels. You've already seen me review the 30 watt, and I think it did a great job charging my Goal Zero Torch 250. So after I initially hooked up my torch to the 30 watt solar panel here, I repositioned it so that it can get the best sun it could. And even with a bit of an overcast, it ended up charging my Torch 250 in about 5 to 5.5 hours, which is a lot better than taking an entire day to charge it up to 25% using the Goal Zero 250's own solar panel. You've seen how I had the 100 watt right here hooked up to the solar generator that I keep in my shed to power my fan, and you saw that it got all the way up to 88% efficiency, which in my opinion is awesome. The 100 and the 60 watt panel come with a pouch here that has all of your, what I like to call, peripherals. It's got your wires, and I have to tell you that I really like this. I really like that on the other end of this MC4 connector comes an XT60, which I really like, and Anderson connectors. These, in my opinion, are very good, high quality connectors. In addition to that, it comes with a wire that hooks up to your DC portion of your, I like to call this a little miniature solar generator, but you can use this wire to extend this connector right here. And of course, you can see that this part here has a connection for USB-A and also USB-C. Now, I've seen solar panels like this before that have like all of these little connections built into the solar panels. But let me tell you what I like about this, that if for some reason this breaks, that you can replace it. Whereas the other solar panels that had these like built into the top, if that broke, you'd probably end up having to replace the entire solar panel. So here they give you the option to use it or not to use it. And this solar panel, as you can see, comes with an MC4 connector, which in my opinion is the best way to go because they are so common. You can get MC4 connectors that splice off to pretty much any other input connectors there are. This one comes with 4 carabiners, and an owner's manual. And make sure that you go ahead and register your warranty card, ladies and gentlemen. Now, all of these solar panels are going to be available on Amazon, and I will be leaving a link on a pinned comment and on the description of the video. Now, before I go and hook this back up to my solar generator that's in my shed, let me show you how neat this is. Check this out. Right here, I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll try to bring it up. There's a little symbol of a magnet. And what happens is this, look. This right here catches each other. So there's a magnet on both sides that allows you to close it so that you don't need a strap. Now they do have a strap on the bottom that allows you to end up opening the entire thing. And this one doesn't have any straps because it's just a couple of panels, and it's put together with magnets just like the 100 watt. Look at this. But it's really nice and strong. You see that? There you go. And this is what it looks like when it's opened up, ladies and gentlemen. And something that I forgot to mention when I was showing you the 100 watt, which is the same as this one on the back, is that they do come with these panels that will support this so that it can be at an angle that will better capture the sun's rays. It has one on both sides. Here's the other one right here. And the pouch is pretty much going to bring the same thing that the 100 watt did, but we'll go over it anyways. Here's our warranty, our owner's manual. It's very nice that they do bring this, by the way, because it has a whole bunch of variety as far as input ports of different sizes. This one also brings 4 carabiners, pretty much the same. Here is the working part, the part that you can connect your USB-A, USB-C, or your 12 DC output. And I'm sure there is the wire, just like on the 100. This one comes set up just like the 100 with MC4 connectors. The only thing that I wish they would have done this is I wish that they wouldn't have skimped on the MC4 connector that also hooks up to the XT60 and Anderson connector. That would have been really nice if they had this here, because worst case scenario, if this is all you have, then it would be nice to be able to go ahead and hook that up to something else via an Anderson or an XT60. But you can get one of those pretty inexpensively on Amazon or pretty much anywhere that you shop for it. And what we're going to do now is this. We're going to go ahead and hook this up, and we're going to go ahead and set it up in good sunlight. And I have a phone here that I haven't used in a very long time, and I do believe it says 0. Let me see if I can even get it. There it is. Do you see that? And we'll just see how long it takes for fun. This is definitely overkill for this. You can get away with getting a 30 watt for charging phones and tablets and such. And that little 30 watt right there is going to live in my Suburban. So let's go ahead and set this up where it's nice and sunny, and then just hook up the phone to it and at least see if it's accepting a charge. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is what it looks like when it's folded out. Let me see if I can get it a little straighter. There you go. So now let's go ahead and go behind it so that you can see the working end. And let's go ahead and hook up our phone. That way we can actually see it light up under the shadow. All right, so there you go. You see that the red light is lit up, meaning that we are getting power. And as you can see here, I got a USB-C connected to it. And now we're going to go ahead and connect it to the phone. Man, I hope you can see this because there is so much sun. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this, and I'm going to leave it down here to see if it'll light up. Well, you can see that it's getting a charge, but it's still not going to show a percentage because it was completely drained. And there you go. It is definitely getting a charge. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, I really like these little solar panels. I like that they're multi-purpose. I mean, you just don't hook them up to a solar generator per se, but you can just take the solar panel with you, and you know you'll be able to, at least at the minimum, charge a phone or a tablet or some kind of a personal device. I mean, I really like this 60 watt because it's just 2 panels and that's it. The 30 watt, I have to say, is my favorite because it's so compact, and you really don't need much more than 30 watts in order to charge 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 devices at the same time, as long as they're like phones or tablets. Now let's take a look and see how that 100 watt is doing after I reconnected it to my solar generator that's inside the shed. So I was able to get a longer wire for the 100 watt that's out there, because I heard a lot of you saying, hey P, how can you put that solar generator out there? It's gonna get dusty. But I heard you through the internet. And look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. 91 watts. It is getting 91 watts now. That is a very efficient solar panel. So let me say thank you again to Ecosonique for sending me these 3 solar panels. My honest opinion is that these are very high quality, very efficient solar panels. Again, I will leave a link to their Amazon site on a pinned comment and the description of this video. So earlier in the video, I told you all that we were dismantling our old kitchen, and this is what it's looking like in there. But I'm taking some of the old cabinetry and bringing it over to my shed in order to make a little workstation and just have a lot more efficient storage. This is what it looked like before I started putting stuff in there, and so far it's looking like this. I have a couple of base cabinets in and a couple of wall cabinets, and as soon as I get all the cabinets in here done, I'll go ahead and do another video and show you all what the progress looks like. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the phone, see how much it's charged, because it's been about an hour. And let's take a look at our systems. Let's take a look at our 2400 that charges the bunker. Let's take a look at the Mega 3, see how far along it's come. And let's take a look at the Mega 5 inside the house to see how much we've gotten so far, because it's only about 11:20 or so in the morning. So we still have a whole bunch of sun left. All right, here is our 2400, and look at that. We've got just enough sun coming in to support what I'm using up in the bunker right now. So the top number, 218, is what I'm using in the bunker, and the bottom number is what I've got coming in with solar. But you can see that from this morning, it's up. I forgot what it was. I think it was like 74% or something like that this morning, and it's now 96. It's because while I've been filming out here, I haven't been in the bunker using the computer, so it's been building up. So this is awesome, because I know that by the end of the day, this is going to be at 100%, and then we'll start all over tomorrow. And you can see that all of the solar panels are positioned where I'm getting pretty good sun out of them, as long as one of the dogs is not in front of them. And like I said, it's probably been about an hour or so since I hooked up the phone over here. Let's see. 67%. So this works really good when there's good sun, and even in an overcast, it still works pretty good. That's pretty awesome. Heck, while we're out here, we might as well go check the, I think it's the faucet bit in the shed. Let's go check it, because I still have it hooked up to the 100 watt panel. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. We've got, where is it? 92 watts coming in, and it's at 24%. So it's going to be slow because it's only 92 watts coming in. And let's take a look at what our Mega 3 is doing. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even noon, and our Mega 3 is 100% full. And then again, it goes to reason, because we're not using hot water from the new kitchen all day long. So it's only going to activate or start using power whenever it needs to reheat the hot water. And you saw that I have that tank pretty well insulated. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is our Mega 5 that's inside the house. And look at that, 1133 watts coming in. That's the first thing I look at whenever I turn this on. 65% on the bottom battery, 55% in the top, and the top unit has 389 watts coming in from that 1100 and change. So this tells me that we're having a great day of sun, and that this should be 100% before the end of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is the end of the video. I hope that you got something out of this, if anything, a little entertainment. I know that this video was all over the place, but in all honesty, I had a lot of fun filming it. So I hope you had a little bit of fun watching it. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless every one of you. Wouldn't it be awesome if every day was as awesome as this? When you are depending on solar, well, I'm not necessarily depending on it, but I really want to get as much of it as I can because it does bring down my electric bill. And so far, my electric bill has been about half of what it used to be this time last year, just by me coming out here and moving the panels around a few times a day and keeping up with the solar. Anyways, God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.